What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Not Your Average Mark Wrestling Podcast. I'm your boy Guapo, sitting in the comfort of their own home in Canyon, Texas. We got the one and only Little Guapo and the wild man, Baby Bruss.
What up, what up?
What's up, everyone?
Man, we got a good show tonight. We got a busy show tonight. Before we get into it, we got a few thank yous to throw out there. Of course, we wanted to say thank you to Ross and the boys from Labor 12. Got them right here on the chest. Our intro music, the track is called Head Rush. The album is called Monsters, and you can find it anywhere you get your streaming from. And make sure you check out their website, Labor12, laborxii.com, and win your chance to see them open live in Lubbock August 26th for Incubus. That's going to be awesome, so you don't want to miss out on that. We got to have a little bit of a day out, I guess you could say, on Saturday. You boys went to Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101 here in Lubbock. And
I could not, Monday, it felt like I had a sore throat on the outside of my neck. I didn't know how else to explain it. I was so sore. It was crazy.
I saw him. He was laying down on my bed, right? Because I was gaming in the chair next to me, and he laid down and he was like, "Oh," and he was like, "Come try this." I come down. I was like, "Oh," we couldn't do it. I was like, "Yeah, it was tough.
It was bad."
Well, we're going to throw a huge thank you out there to Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101. Brian Rage, Rivera, Phoenix, they ran us through the ringer, man. We did back bumps. We ran the ropes. We did rolls. We got some stuff going out there, and we felt every bit of it. I ain't going to lie about that. We got some video coming soon for that, so make sure you check the socials to find that. Might even find you boys hanging out there one of these days doing a podcast live, so be looking out for that.
We're doing a little special for whenever we get to 100 followers there, too. So
tell your friends, tell your moms and grandmas.
Get us there so we can post that video, because
There's a video that it's kind of painful to make, but we have a video, very special video for when we hit 100 followers. We're getting close to that, and thank you to everybody in the chat, everybody that's listening, everybody that's watching for getting us closer and closer to that mark.
It's on the way to 90. That's what we're starting this podcast with. So
we're starting at 91 in this podcast.
91, bingo, you're right. It's my bad.
So there's going to be some things upcoming that y'all are going to want to see. And speaking of things upcoming, September 9th, TMW Event Center, we got BCW Live to Rise. Now, this is one of my favorite things to do a show for. And I just want to make sure everybody out there is listening and knows that particular show is First Responder Appreciation Show. And I can't think of a better reason for you to get your tickets and head out to watch some great wrestling matches, because it's going to be a hell of a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be
You're
great.
missing out if you're not there. You really are.
Yeah, especially, we talked last podcast about how SCP was, and then we got another show coming in Loveland. I mean, it's BCW, but it's going to be great. The independent scene here in West Texas is always amazing to come watch. So if y'all are in the area, y'all make sure to save the date.
So yeah, we say this every week. Every time a show is brought up, if you're not there, you're missing out. So if you're still not there, something's wrong up here. I don't know.
Now,
my boy Cyraf
with Prime, appreciate you. Cyraf, right there.
Sounds like a Pokemon.
It does, doesn't it? You just kind of throw something at him. So y'all may be wondering about that mask that Bruss has got going on. As we talk about BCW Live to Rise, of course, our main event there, Jeb Wildcard Bingham, your BCW champion, West Texas champion, going against the defender of truth, Gabriel Alexander. That is going to be... I'm always there for my boy Jeb, but he's gonna have his hands full. Gabriel ain't no slouch.
Yeah,
ain't that the truth?
Jeb's got it.
Without a doubt.
Is that your call? Do you go with Jeb?
If y'all didn't see our, commentary and video on that, go back and watch it. We got it posted in various places. There's especially that whole match that Jeb was in with, it was just wow, amazing with Sledge, amazing. And then after that, they kind of Gabriel was sitting with us doing some commentary. Him and Jeb had this little standoff that was electric. So
It was.
if y'all want to watch the whole 4 or 5 hours, make sure you go check that out. Go check out that last match and the very end of that, because man, it was sick.
It was awesome. And in their last show in Hot Blooded, Logan Knight started a new thing, a night in the spotlight. Like he went over Mike's head, went to Terry Pantera and got the okay to do this. Well, he's gotten the okay to do it again, but this time he didn't quite make it over Mike's head because Mike gets to choose his guest. So that's going to be cool. I'm not sure quite who it's going to be yet, but I'm knowing Mike and the way he feels about Logan, it's going to be something fun.
Yeah, he's gonna get his get back. So,
and of course, the big announcement from the last show is that Funny Bone will be in action September 9th in Levelland, TMW Event Center at Live to Rise. I don't know if you guys know who Funny Bone is. I've had the opportunity to go back and watch some of his matches. Like, I'm curious to see who he's going to be going against because, damn.
Yeah, for real.
Like, it's going to be crazy.
Like, tune in for card updates because we're gonna give them as we get them. So.
Yeah, we're among some of the first to get them, so we'll let y'all know. Y'all just got to keep coming.
As a matter of fact, we have some news to drop tonight that will be dropping just a little bit later with our first guest. Before we get to our first guest, of course, we also have coming up September 16th at Jake's Squared Circle Pro's birth-iversary. So the last Squared Circle Pro show, Headlocks and Heat Waves, was intense. Just complete insanity from the beginning of the card to the end of the card. It was awesome. And we had a couple of matches set up during that. You've got JC Bravo and Cesar Torres going at each other in a strap match. And then we found out that you'll have Ryan Justice defending his title against two people. You've got Game Time LC Mox stepped up for the challenge, but not just that. We found out that there's a very special guest coming to get into that. Boys, you want to throw that out there?
Fuego del Sol gonna be there September 16th.
In a triple threat with the champ, the last Maverick, Ryan Justice, and Game Time LC Mox.
I mean, there's nothing more to say besides, like, that's like the top of the. I mean,
that is the number one in the independent scene. Period.
Yeah, I was
Period.
Like, we got some insight that something big was going to happen, but we had no idea what. And boy, did it live up to that.
Yeah, holy crap.
But
That's one match.
That's just two of the matches. You know as well as I do that every Squared Circle Pro card is stacked. So that's just two of the matches. Can you imagine what the rest of it's going to be?
Oh my gosh.
Steel cage.
Yeah, we got to announce the 3-on-2 steel cage match. So there's going to be the number one in independent wrestling and a whole freaking cage. And Jake's back room's like, bro, I'm telling y'all, we had so much to say about the show a couple weeks back. I mean, y'all have got to come to these. It is a straight up bargain for the $10 you got to pay to come and watch this stuff. So, man, be there.
What's up, Gambit?
Gambit, it's been a minute since we saw you. To see you through here.
Well, make sure you check out, like they were saying, make sure you check out these shows. Birth-iversary at Jake, September 16th. Live to Rise, BCW, September 9th in Levelland, TMW Event Center. It just doesn't get any better than that. Make sure you check them out. With that, normally this would be the part where we run down SmackDown and Raw and everything, but we're going to forego that this time because we've got some special guests with us in the house tonight.
Word.
We're going to start with our first special guest, friend of the show. We've had him on once before, had an awesome time with him. Happy to have him back, the one, the only, Mac the Franchise. Welcome to the show.
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on the show again. Enjoyed myself. Ready to be back. Appreciate it.
Oh, we're happy to have you, man.
Anytime, man.
So catch us up, man. It's been a minute since you've been on the show, so catch us up. What's been going on with Mac the Franchise since last time we talked?
Nothing much. Just been training, working on some different kinds of holds, different kinds of stuff like that. Resting up the knee because I had that meniscus thing. And, you know, you want to celebrate getting to beat a guy like Scar who's been just whooping everybody's butt across West Texas. But, you know,
Appreciate that, dog.
celebrate that, but move on. But I'm also excited about Gabriel getting his opportunity because like I said, West Texas Kings, we gonna eat, and we eating right now. So this is fun.
Absolutely, you are, and it's exciting to know that he's going into that. But one of the things I was talking about a few minutes ago, some information that was just given to me today that we're going to drop right here on the podcast today. You, of course, at Live to Rise September 9th, going to be going against the superset TJ Slater.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So you and TJ Slater, now, this is the part I'm not sure who knows and who doesn't, but I was given the green light to go ahead and put it out there. This is going to be for the #1 contendership for whoever wins out of Gabriel and Jed Bingham.
Really?
Oh.
That'd be interesting.
Hey, let's throw a pause on this real quick and throw a hypothetical in there. Now, I covered the ears of this wild card right here, but let's say that somehow Jed, the wild card Bingham, loses, and we have a new champ, Gabriel Alexander, and then let's say per chance that Mac the Franchise gets over on TJ Slater. Man, the run back's crazy. Because, we got to see you two go against each other at a couple shows ago with head games.
Yes, that would be wild because me and Gabe, we've been fighting across West Texas for the past couple of years. And, as you guys can see, it can go either way. I could be on top and, next thing I know, I see him jumping. I'm waking up, the ref saying 3. And I'm like, oh. And, or I can be going on the other way. So if that could happen, that'd be pretty tight. But I gotta get past TJ Slater first. You guys see what if you try to create a wrestler, you get on 2K23 or something, that's what you loading in right there.
Yeah. That's what we say every time we talked about TJ. If you put in professional wrestler in AI, it just pulls up a picture of TJ Slater.
Yeah, but even beyond that, besides the looks, he's a pretty good wrestler himself. That man knows what he's doing in the ring. He wrestled against one of my homies, Lucha Dad. Almost dropped him on his head a couple of times. Well, he did. And on his back. And his shoulder. It wasn't a lot, but TJ.
We've watched him do push-up challenges. We've watched him, just carry people around the ring and squat them. I mean, how do you prepare for a match like that?
See, almost similar to Scar, because obviously Scar can do the same kind of stuff. But different than Scar, I have the size advantage. But size doesn't matter when you have the strength, so maybe we'll cancel each other out. So maybe I'll have to wrestle. It should be fun. So I'll have to test his mind, because that's a muscle too. We kind of seem to forget that.
No, absolutely. And I've got to think you're getting that arm warmed up. Get a couple of them clotheslines in.
I got to get it warmed up. I may have to go hit a tree to get warmed up. That's a rock, man.
It's going to be the same thing to get in that ring with him. So
Now, before you get to TJ, I understand you have a match coming up this Friday. Is that right? Or this Saturday, excuse me, in Abilene.
Yes, sir. Abilene Convention Center. I'll be facing Alton Black. You know Alton Black. Faced Alton Black. Amen, blood. you see how vicious he is in all of his no DQ matches, all his anything goes matches. I got to face him in a strap match, old school rules. Got to touch all four corners. And so, you know me, I'm an athlete, so student of the game, been watching a lot of film. Seems like War Chief Wahoo McDaniel was in a lot of strap matches, so I've been watching a lot of his matches.
Cool. Go ahead, Wahoo. Man, that dude could do some strap match.
Oh, yeah, he's good. I've seen one, so, like, apparently I saw a match. It was him and Dusty Rhodes were tagging together. I forgot who they were facing. But Dusty had a bull rope, and then Wahoo had the strap. So it was like, and it was tornado rope. So it was chaos, man. It was crazy. It was like people getting ropes, strap, blood, swords going everywhere. It was crazy. But, you know, I was watching it, learning. It's tape, man.
Heck yeah! And who is this with in Abilene?
Say that
Like
again.
what production are you doing? Like what promotion?
Oh, Rampage Wrestling. I'll be fighting for the Rampage Wrestling Big Country Championship. Championship that Alton Black took from me the last time I was in Abilene when I was facing my boy D.L. Hartley, one of my frenemy, as we like to say.
So this is a redemption match for you then.
Yeah, it really is. Me and Alton Black have been going back for like years, taking each other's championships. Like I took the Rising Star from him, and then he took my Big Country Championship, and then we've been going back to fighting for titles, had submission matches back at SCP, had street fights. It's been a wild, crazy ride over the years, and so it's going to culminate in this strap match. And like, I'm going to let a lot of stuff loose out in there.
Yeah. Well, you know, having a little caveats like a strap match kind of puts Alton Black kind of in his element, but because of that, that kind of puts you in your element as the underdog. That's where you shine the most. And I mean, it's both of y'all. I mean, like you said, y'all have had a lot of back and forth, a lot of studying through experience and through just preparing for the match. So, I mean, it's going to be top tier.
Oh yeah, see, like a lot of people are talking about us being strapped together, but Alton Black's gonna be strapped to me, and he can't go nowhere. That means I can grab him and I can lock him in something, or I can hit him, which are two things I like to do. And not only that, we're gonna have people on the outside. He's gonna have his little maniac jester on the outside, crazy dude with the clown mask, and I'm gonna have Mr. David Bradshaw. He's the owner of the Dixie Pig, and he's gonna be in my corner. He's like my Mickey. He has my caddy, some water. Ice packs, patch me up in case I need anything working going on. So it's going to be some wild, crazy stuff, and I'm excited.
Yeah,
Sounds like some chaos, man.
That's gonna be awesome, man. Well, we of course wish you the best of luck on Saturday. Now, you're talking about
Time you're on here, you could be holding up the
big country.
Big Country Championship.
yeah, that's a picture we're gonna need is you with holding the belt up.
Holding the belt up. I'm hoping I'm going to have the belt up. I'm going to go get me a stogie later because I always get me a little stogie whenever I'm going for a championship. My cousin always on a victory stick.
Yeah, I was gonna say, going Independence Day with it, got the victory dance.
Yeah, got to get it going.
Wow, I hope we see.
You were talking about
next time we got you on here, man.
oh, absolutely. You're just kind of referring to the chat for a minute. You were talking about Wahoo McDaniel. Mikey in the chat talking about Wahoo is actually from Odessa, Texas. I didn't know that.
See, I love finding out about all these Odessa boys. Oh, not Odessa, the Texas boys. When I was watching, what? Not Barry. Barry Windham. Yeah, he's from Sweetwater. Yeah. I was watching him.
Sweetwater's had a couple. Kind of surprised.
Yeah.
They got a good, Sweetwater, Amarillo. They got the Funks, of course.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
cool.
See, I'm trying to get some more Lubbock people out there. Like, I want people like, hey, back to franchise, he's from Lubbock. I want that little trivia fact to be good to throw it out there.
That's dope, man.
If we've got anything to say about it, that's what we're gonna push for. Is have you guys heard about Back to Franchise out of Lubbock? Because man, watching you wrestle is just it's watching the science of wrestling. Because you get in there and it's like a switch flips for you when you get in the ring.
Yeah, I guess it's because I just took my same aspect from football to wrestling, because in football I wasn't ever the biggest, I wasn't ever the strongest or the fastest, and so I just took what I had and I took that and applied it to like tape. Like I was like taking the coach's like tendencies on the trips and like reading those like third downs. Like what's the team doing? Third and short. We on the hash, left hash, right hash, we in the middle of the field. Like, okay, they like to do this and this. Like, okay, they like to call a pitch. And I'll be like, hey, watch pitch. Like, and so I watch a lot of stuff and I try to implement it and I try to practice it. But sometimes like I kind of feel like my superpower is like pro wrestling because sometimes like my body will just react to something I just watched. I haven't practiced it yet, and I'll just like do it. And so like you ever see me wrestle, you ever see me stop and like look at my hands or whatever, that's usually when something like that happens.
Yeah, and I think we have seen that a couple of times. No, that's awesome. And of course, we're always happy to have you on here, and I'm hoping maybe after the 9th with BCW, we're going to have you on here to talk about you winning that championship in Abilene and talk about going over on TJ Slater.
Oh yeah, hopefully my bag will be heavier, and hopefully I'll get past TJ Slater.
Well, man,
I tried.
this is, I mean, if we're referring to our last podcast with you and the one before that, man, this is what you've been wanting. You know, you're saying you got to get past Scar to kind of get yourself solidified and build up. Then you got past him and you're like, man, now I'm just ready for what comes next so I can keep going higher so I can eventually get to that title. And I mean, here you are, man. So it's awesome to kind of see that build up happen because now you're here for your first contentionship. This is your shot, man. So, and I mean, it's like you said, you have to go start hitting a tree because that is quite the obstacle ahead of you. But man, it's gonna be great because yeah, like you said, like my dad said, it's technical with your wrestling. You know, TJ Slater also very technical, and you know, just getting to see that clash happen. You know, you have all this heart and what you need, what you've been wanting this whole time, bringing into it. TJ Slater, you know, he's got all hit. Like, man, it's just, oh man, I'm so pumped for that.
And I appreciate that, man. And I appreciate, you know, the opportunity because, like, you know, opportunities for championships don't grow on trees. And so you can't let that match go to waste because, you know, that's what I was telling Gabe, man. Like, my clock's ticking. I ain't getting any younger. And so we got to let every opportunity count. Like, Hamilton just came through Lubbock. I went to go see it. Great show, by the way. And, you know, I'm not throwing away my shot.
Yeah, no,
I'm not. That's dope, bro.
I'm a Hamilton fan myself, so I can appreciate that reference.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, title shots are earned, not given. So, yeah, you're about to go out there and earn it, you know?
Heck yeah. I want to give a quick shout out to old Isaac in the chat. This freaking guy.
Modelo time, fool.
Well, one thing you might not know, Mac, that you at the last match you did something for Little Guapo that he's been waiting for to happen for a long time. You showed that there is a chink in the armor of one Scar.
I told everybody that you're gonna handle business, and you handled it. That's all. I mean, I was confident. Some other people in this podcast weren't as confident for some reason.
Handle is a strong word. Like I escaped. Yeah, like you know when Cody, when Scott or when Brock had Cody in the Kimura and he pinned him, you know, it's a wrestling match. You need to either pin or submit your opponent. Star was trying to submit me. I reversed and I got a quick pin. Got up out of there. And as you saw, he wasn't very happy about it.
No, it wasn't. Well, our own person has some issue with Scar and has made it clear he feels like he could break that bear hug challenge that Scar puts out there. And I think you showed him it can be done.
I'm not going to lie. If I wasn't as close to the ropes, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and just say, yeah, I would have broke out. No, the ropes helped.
Ring awareness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Learned a lot there.
Yeah.
I try to be like Bill Belichick of wrestling with like knowing about the ring and the rules and kind of stuff like that.
Exactly.
I like that. The Bill Belichick of wrestling.
I like it. Well, Mac, we appreciate you being on the show, and we've got another special guest coming in, a friend of yours, and a first time on our show. We're happy to have him. We're bringing in the man himself, Draven Reeves.
Let's go.
Draven, man.
Yeah.
What's up, brother man? How y'all doing today?
What up?
I'm doing good. Glad to have you on the show.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here, man.
Love seeing
Always
your
glad to
face.
be here.
So,
How you doing, sir? Mac? Hello?
Oh, what you said?
Hear me?
Oh, yeah. I said, what's up? I thought you didn't hear me.
we got the conversations going all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
So, for those of our listeners that haven't had the opportunity to see you wrestle, tell us a little bit about how you got into the business.
So I started in Amarillo, Texas, at Top of Texas, underneath a trainer named Handgun Dan. I made that decision to go into professional wrestling training that day because I got to meet a local hero here in Amarillo known as Terry Funk. You may have heard of him. You may have not. If you have, then congratulations. I got to meet him. He was really humble. He was really nice. He kind of just gave the vibe like I want to be like that someday. So I took time to go into wrestling training, and not just underneath Handgun Dan, but I've done several seminars with Brutal Bob Evans, Paul London, Rodney Mack. Let's see, who else? Jesus, I've done quite a few TV people seminars. I've also done Dr. Tom Pritchard's seminar. I've done a lot. I've published a
Oh, I think you cut out for just a minute there.
Yeah, we missed that last part.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, man, yeah, it's awesome to hear about, coming up here in Texas and, staying here in West Texas and getting all the work that you've done all around here. Getting to meet all these legends, I bet was real.
We can't hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say, he's talking about Terry Funk, and there's a place in Amarillo called Spicy Mike's. Got the best turkey, but they only serve it on Saturdays. And me and my family went up there, my wife, and we left. And then like 30 minutes later, people were posting all over Facebook that Terry Funk and Mick Foley were in there. I was like, we got to turn around. They were already gone.
That's crazy. Like 30 minutes.
All right, we're going to check back in with Draven. Draven, can you hear us all right?
I can hear y'all just fine.
Okay,
Good job.
okay, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Well,
When I was a kid, I guess commercials. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
It's being a little whack, but we're getting it.
That darn internet.
Okay, it's really not having you now. You're cutting out of your screen as well, so.
So while we're
Figured out.
we're having a few technical difficulties, the guy's going to work on that. But to give some people an idea that may not have had the opportunity to see Draven, he was actually one of the competitors at Headlocks and Heat Waves in the gauntlet match against Gino Rivera.
Ooh.
Oh, it looks like we're back now.
But
Back
you-
with us?
You gotta unmute
Yeah, you
yourself,
got-
Draven.
yeah, you gotta unmute. He put you backstage
Can
again.
y'all hear me?
Yes.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
There we go. There we go. I was actually just telling everybody that this past Squared Circle Pro Show, Headlocks and Heat Waves, you were in a gauntlet match with Gino Rivera, along with Jed Bingham, Chris Watson, and yourself. That was a hell of a match, man.
That's, I know.
That's,
Yeah, I tried to start off with my finisher right off the bat because I was there to get what was stolen from me, which was my internet pay-per-view champion. I was the first one. I've had a taste of that, and a little bit addictive, whenever you touch your second title, and especially whenever you have two on you in a row, it gets a little addictive and you want them back. And Gino didn't just win; he stole them from me. I mean,
Yeah.
whenever you throw a man who just started a family, and you think there's a real baby in your hands 1 minute, and next thing you know, your nuts are in your stomach. He kicked me right in between the family dude, right in my stomach, and I took the pinfall on that. So this show, I was coming out for a victory, for vengeance. So I tried to kick his head off immediately because that's what I said I was going to do. So I immediately tried to do so, and whenever I did not accomplish, it was a little bit embarrassing. But I went back and watched the footage and watched the tape, and once again, he couldn't beat me. He had to put his foot on the ropes. You can't beat Draven Lee. Everybody's proven that. Whenever you come at me, you have to come for my back. You have to hit me with the chair. You got to put me through a table, and even then, it won't work.
Damn.
You
There is no reason. They
was
call him.
breaking
Yeah.
the rules for you.
That's
Twice.
You're gonna have to do everything.
Yeah, man. Gino, stay scared. Like, bro, why you bringing a brick and pretending it's a baby? Like, bro, how you gonna do that? And then just walking around.
What's up?
You see how he posts with his championships? Like he just be winning them fair and square.
Oh,
Yeah.
man,
man.
he calls himself the Frank Sinatra of the Spanish Mafia. I said it best in one of my promos. I feel like he's the West Texas Snake. He's a snake.
Oh yeah.
Oh
He
yeah.
has
That's whole.
believe, and then bam, next thing you know, he's biting you.
Yep.
It's like that with Fate International right now. We have our own issues with a couple of members of Fate International. We're going to remain professional about that because it's a professional podcast. But yeah, Snake's a good way to put that.
I mean, when it comes to international, they have their own way of operating. They have my different way of operating. So, like you said, I'll remain professional about that. However, I don't like the way that they operate. So, best believe that some certification will be put into their playbook. And as we come on to the next show, we're gonna do what we can to stop to Gino's antics. Because everybody must be humbled at one point or another, and that's my true belief. So
I couldn't agree more.
That's right.
And I hope we get a chance to see, because this close. You were this close to taking Gino out. And again, like you said, he had to put his feet on the ropes.
I gave everything I had, man, and he's smart. I'll give him that. I'm gonna go ahead and give him what he's due. He's a smart snake. He's very, very clever. He knows what he's doing. I mean, he's been doing this for 15 years, and I've only got 5 years. But that's my point. I'm only 5 years in, and I'm already at the same level facing him.
Ooh.
So what's that to say? What is that to say? I'm already on your level, and we're face to face. So you may be smart, but I know for a fact that he can't just physically outpower me. He can't physically beat me, and I've proven that over and over again. He's had to put his foot on the ropes. He's needed Paula. He's needed Dante. He cannot put my shoulders on the mat by himself in his own way without cheating in some way. He can't beat me. If you can't do that, if you can't take your heart and just beat somebody with yourself, that's just my opinion anyway. Anyway, that's just on Gino.
Yeah, I say you can't argue it. It's on the tape. I mean, straight facts.
Yep. Yeah. You're definitely physically outperforming him in all aspects, without a doubt. Like you can't twist it any other way. That is the facts. And I mean, I don't know. I equate it kind of to like, I don't know how savvy you guys are playing games, but I be playing games all the time. You know, I see those people who are like sitting back camping in like Call of Duty. They're like, it's a legitimate strategy. That's the kind of thing that I'm seeing. Like, yeah, we gotta be kind of smart about where to go, but that's cheap, man. It's cheap.
Man, ain't nothing cheaper than just like going through a building and just getting popped around a corner, and then like your kill cameras just like them just.
Exactly. That's exactly what they be doing. That whole Fame International, man.
He's sitting, you know what I mean? He's sitting in the spawn zone, and he knows where they're at. He knows the map. He knows the cheat codes. He knows all that fun stuff. He's put his money in because, like I said, he's been 15 years in. He knows a few things that I don't. I'll give him credit once again where credit's due. But at the end of the day, you can't be hard. And I'm sorry, he doesn't put the same part that I do in this business. He puts his brain into it, and that's not a bad thing. It's just I put passion into this, I put some effort into this, and I want him to realize that I'm here for just more than the mind games. I'm here for more than just championships. It's not just about the championship. It's about once again getting my hands on somebody and proving myself. Because I want to beat him as well. One thing he has me on is I haven't put his shoulders on the mat either.
Yeah. All right. I don't know if y'all can see the chat.
Okay. We're going to have to take a quick time out because we have the Dante King in the chat with us today. Dante, what's up? Good to see you here. But
Yeah. No.
Already.
all right, so for those of you that are listening, not watching the podcast right now, Dante King saying that it makes sense why Mac and Draven don't like him because he chills with bums. I assume he's talking about us. And, I'm not 100% sure how we're the bums when you got to use brass knucks to take out Lilith Blood so she doesn't whip your ass. But I'm just going to put that out there.
Listen, man, Dante King.
Paper championship. They don't mean
Dante King. Oh man. You know that guy scored the nose and damn near broke it. That guy damn near. Yeah. And I he wanted to get involved in my business, so I don't know why he's still involved in my business. Clearly, he's worried about something.
Hey,
Involved in people's business.
My business if you weren't worried. I don't involve myself in his business. I don't even look up Gino. I don't even buy Gino. The only thing I want is the thing that I crave, and that's that championship, and that's that gratification of kicking him in the face and knowing that I'm my all. And I have that right now, but I just want to put his shoulders on the mat clean and show him how it's done, just one time. And I'll do the same to Dante. I'll do Avery. Put it in the middle of that ring. She is subject to whatever happens to her. So I'll take that spray bottle and shove it right up. Anyway,
that's what we need in this podcast right here. That's what we need. We need to tell all the Fate International to go. Man, oh man.
Dante King said he's going to do it again and break your nose. You're just to be listening right now.
Talking about this. We can keep going. We'll just find out what happens when I'm standing face to face. I'm not one for talking. I'm gonna call this certified go-getter for a reason. So I'm gonna see the face someday. It won't be long, and it's going across. 11 inches, and it has fruit on the bottom. Oh man, approval was just.
Yeah.
I'd say all I know is whenever this face-to-face happens, you will have us very loudly cheering. We will 100% be behind you the entire time.
Yeah, we mentioned it last podcast. I know
We
Mike's
need somebody to handle business.
Yeah, we need someone to handle business.
Yeah, that was
I'm just going to put it out there now. If TJ Mundell is listening right now, Draven is making some very valid points about Dante here. So, maybe we're trying to will something into being. Maybe we can make something happen. I don't know.
I sure hope so, because he is still running that mouth.
like a little chihuahua.
Yeah, for real.
Listen, man, I gotta be careful, you know, because once again, I've been humble before. I've been doing, I've been in some situations, and they've got the numbers game over me. You know, I don't have any help. I'm by myself, and Chris is by himself, and Jeff is by himself. Maybe we need to start considering some factor. Maybe we need to start considering some membership here, because like you just said, you know, they like. There's so many of them too.
So we have Dante saying nobody's stepping up to him. He's the GOAT. Not sure where I'm going to go with that. I'm trying to keep it professional, Dante. I really am.
He's saying that he's the GOAT.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Paper champs. Y'all are paper champs.
Dot-
Forever tag team of Lord, like what? The tag team champions are cheating? Like what are you talking about?
All right. So Dante says nobody likes you. That's why you got no help. You got no friends. Draven, you got friends right here on the podcast. I just want you to know that.
Man, me and Matt even go back in his friends. You know, I ain't got no problem with Matt franchise. I've got friends on that side of the spectrum. Hell, if you want to be on about it, clearly I got invited in this podcast, and you guys are. There's some supporters right there. And Dante, I know you're listening. I know you're talking all that crap. I know you're coming out from beneath. So all I got to say to you, my friend, the only thing I have to say to you is talk that crap to my cross face. Say,
Golly.
Damn.
my across the corner. Get it too. Anybody else can get it. Hell, get your little girlfriend Gypsy back up in there, and I can go ahead and mess her face all along as I didn't already in Colorado. Anyways, that's a different story. You know, I got
Man,
things I
that's
can
tough.
say.
Okay.
To get in that ring.
All right.
So I'm looking at the people on the podcast here, and I'm looking at that last comment, and can't help but feel like that's directed at one of us. So it says, "What exactly is your old ass gonna do, Dante? Don't make me take you over my knee like the child you are, son, because I ain't the one."
Man, listen. I'll see you, and we'll bend him over. Why don't we just bend over your knee? Because obviously he ain't had the ass whooping he's supposed to as a child.
Ooh.
So we gonna have to give him sometime in the future, at least.
Yeah, some people won't raise right, man.
Listen, I had my whoopings as a kid, and I had my dues paid, and I've had my humbleness. And I think it's just Dante's turn. It's okay. He'll turn the corner whenever I'm done with them. We're just not there yet. We're not there yet. Patience is a virtue, my friends. So we must be patient to wait for Dante to come my way, because it will happen. It will happen.
Dante won't my way.
I sure hope so.
Yeah, man.
That was funny, man. I like that. I like that reference.
Dante also asking about the two little puppies that sit in the crowd with me. I'm gonna let you boys handle that.
I don't know how he's attacking me to attacking you guys. I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all.
Just like at SCP, you know, everything going on in the ring, and he's out here talking shit to us. So he could be in the, you know, supposed to be in the ring wrestling, but he outside talking shit to the podcasters, you know.
Well, yeah, we'll see what happens. Like I said, we've been at Wrestling 101, you know, man, we're friends with Mike. If need be, you're right, because you're right, Draven. They got the numbers on their side. We're here. We'll see what happens. But we got Dante out here talking about, you know, he didn't get his little ass whooped when he was a kid because he was a good boy. I hate to break it to you, but I ain't going to be walking around saying, oh, I'm a good boy. Look, us puppies, good boy, get out of here. Get out of here.
Oh, dude, I swear.
Good boy.
I'm not gonna lie. I got my butt whooped a lot. I was hard headed. I was real hard headed. And
Now he's talking shit on Mac.
like I see he called me goofy, but like I literally can't get mad. That's like the one word that comes up like all the time, unfortunately. So I'm just like, I just shake my head and smile goofily. I used to do the stupid little noise. I don't do it no more. But Dante, man, like it's kind of. I tagged with him before. I've tagged with him. I've tagged with Gypsy Mac, and I'm just surprised at what's going on with Dante because we tagged and we did all right together. And then next thing I know, he's putting my face in the ground. And now he's in here doing my boy Draven dirty and wrong, and that ain't all right. And now he's sitting here on his phone. Yeah, they all just
Stars.
Yeah, we got the chat bot like toned down, so we said something real messed up for it to get censored like that.
Oh,
God, doggy.
he must
Well,
be hard.
see, on my end, it says he's a bunch of nincompoops. And I'm the old senile. I don't think that's 1932, but I'm the old senile.
Is that really what it
How
says?
old? I man. How old?
I like buffoon.
I don't know if you could tell, Dante. None of us can stand you either. So it's a mutual feeling,
You
either
know
my
what? You know
brother.
what? With this, we're at a point right now. We're finna hit the hour mark. We got another guest here in the back. I'm not too sure if he's too ready yet, but we got another guest. We got Rick from SCP in the back. You know, he's not right up there able to call these matches anymore. But I would love to hear his input about all of this. Yeah, you tell him, bro. You tell him. All right, bring in Rick, guy. I hope that didn't just kind of spring that on you.
Hey,
Hey, there you are, man.
can you like
The
put a
show.
muzzle on the Chihuahua?
Hello. So, yeah, I've been listening.
I'm married, brother. What do you?
I'm not.
Oh, now Rick's having internet issues.
I go out on the authority stuff. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got.
Look at him. He's being a good boy now.
Okay. If there's lag, I'm sorry. I can tell you that this. Talking to TJ Mundell, I do know for a fact, and I guess I can go ahead and let it slip. I do know for a fact that
No,
Rick, you're
tag
cutting
team
out.
championship.
You're cutting out, Rick.
yeah, literally, you said I do know, and then it cut out.
Ugh.
Now,
Okay, we can hear you.
okay. I know that Fate Internet is going to defend the SCP Tag Team Championships at Birthiversary against Draven Reeves and Jeff Bingham.
Oh! Whoa. Yes!
Let's go, Draven. We're just.
Yes, sir!
You got your opportunity now.
Yeah.
Please.
As I said at the other show, damn, you got real quiet all of a sudden, Dante.
No, because Draven, you slide, dog. Draven, you was talking about, Jeb ain't got no partner. Like, oh,
Yeah.
man.
He's obviously been put in a position where his newly found titles are going to be put up against me, and all I know is that I'm going to be going with all of my energy, and I got to keep one eye in the back of my head for Gino and Paula. Obviously, while I'm in the middle of this match, I cannot forget that. But
Oh,
I'm
hold on just a
excited.
second.
Hey, Draven, you actually won't have to worry about Gino and Paula because
no,
I can tell you that, and I have already made the actions at Headlocks and Heat Waves. Dante and Ocean will not have anybody in their corner other and Paul of Fate. But to make sure that nothing crazy happened, Draven, you and Jeb will have in your corner the Not Your Average Mark podcast guys.
Boy.
It's coming. It's coming.
I told you, whenever you get the chance, I said we were going to be cheering. We're going to be in your corner cheering.
Literally in your corner.
Yeah, all right. Good deal, good
You don't have to worry about Paula. You don't have to worry about Gino. We got you.
Gino ain't even
deal.
there.
We got back
Appreciate that, Rick.
now. So yes.
That's exactly
yes.
what you want, Draven.
Fuck this guy.
Wow.
Hey,
You get to
perfect.
just that
It's perfect.
nice.
We got people that I know can be on my side, and then we got people that I know I can't trust on the other side, and I know that there will be a boundary in the middle in which I can perform and do what I need to do and win these championships. So now I don't have as many worries. I'm less stressed. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go right now. If Dante was in front of me right now, I think he take his head off and take his title and rest from there. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go right now. I'm ready to go. Not Your Average Mark podcast guy, John
Hey.
Russell and Junior Russell. I can't remember your name down. So far, I'll certify it. Go get this second, and we'll get that in a minute. But anyway, I'm ready to go. Podcast has already been running. It's now even better knowing you'll be in my corner. I'm happy. I'm excited.
Hey, yeah, you hear that, Dante? You know, he's telling us we got to keep our heads on a swivel because he might try and get his lick in. You hearing Draven right now? You ain't going to have time to go be focusing on
I was
us.
going to say, here he is again, a whole match, and he's still worried about us instead of the match. What is going on
So
here?
confident with them paper titles. You know you finna lose. You hear this? Bro, oh, no, Draven finna mess you up.
All right,
What? You're done.
I'm about throwing it out there and saying, Rick, thank you for talking to TJ. This is awesome. This is gonna be something to see. And
Oh, man.
Dante, sorry about your bad luck, bro.
Done. It's always something freaking fantastic when we get Rick on the stream. Every time. Man.
So
Rick.
Dog it.
still talking trash. That's all right. So one of the reasons we have you on here, Rick, of course, is to bring something like this to the show because, like you said, every time you come on the show, it's something huge, and man, I love it. But one of the things we're doing tonight is we're going to do some SummerSlam predictions because while we have all of this going on, we're going to roll it back over to WWE for a second. We've got SummerSlam coming up Saturday, and I'm interested to see everybody's thoughts and processes on it, including Dante. Dante, you want to throw whoever's going to win out there? You're probably wrong, but you can throw it out there.
Yeah. No one's going to listen to you anyway, but yeah, throw it out.
Dante saying, "Love you, Rick, even though you screwed me."
Yeah, literally what every other
Why did he
opponent
get- Didn't he win some champions? Didn't he win some champions? How did he get screwed? Didn't he screw us to do so?
Bingo. Got it right.
Got him.
Didn't have that
Man, you never know what's going to
Anyway.
happen. Travis Mark Wrestling Podcast.
So I'll start us off with the SummerSlam card, you know, kind of pull back from all this back and forth.
May I take 2 minutes to use the restroom? I'm so sorry to interrupt the podcast, everybody.
You're good.
Go for it. We can kind of run the card for SummerSlam, and then we'll start giving predictions when you get back.
Cool.
So-
I'll be right back. I'm so sorry. I do apologize.
You're good.
I'm at work. I'm just kidding.
So with Draven leaving real quick, wanna thank you, Rick, for coming out and giving us this opportunity. Man, that's freaking awesome. I want to thank you, Mac, again for being here and here to talk about SummerSlam. It's gonna be dope. I'm not thanking you, Dante. You said you getting up out of here. Get up out of here then.
No. Thank you, Dante. You and Ocean, thank you for running your mouth at the last show and getting this whole thing started. Man, I appreciate you.
Tell you, buddy, he touches my hat again, it's over.
Headshot.
It's over. Touches my hat again, it's done.
Say you. You know, I can go get them real quick. Just saying.
That's right. Mama Rush.
Yeah, so I want to thank everyone else but Dante in the chat for coming out and watching, being a part of this, actually being good members of the community in here. Well, I guess we'll start off with the card, just kind of running it down. We obviously have the Bloodline Tribal Combat match with Jey Uso and, of course, your Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. We had to
throw the ones up for now.
Yeah, we don't know what to throw the ones for, man. Then we got, of course, another huge match that's had a bunch of build-up is Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar, which is gonna be crazy.
Damn.
I don't know. I'm just gonna keep talking. Bro, I'm gonna do it. We got a championship match. We got Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, which has had some great, short-term build-up, as opposed to these last two matches, which have had some good long-term build-up.
I mean, in reality, this started like 7 years ago, so kind of long term.
If you bring it, I mean, it kind of does. Yeah.
Kind of long term.
I can't do it. I tried to stay quiet about it. I can't do it. Just so it's put out there, Dante, that is a certified wild card mask. You see what I did there with the tag team? That is a certified wild card mask.
Hey, certified.
Jeb.
That's hard. That was hard.
Okay, please continue, son.
Man, so
Yeah. So then we have another championship match right after that. We got the women's championship, which, Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair have had a lot of their beef, and they just kind of brought it in with Asuka. So now there's a title involved. So that's going to be interesting. My pick for the sleeper match of the night, because, I mean, anytime these two are in the ring, it's one of the most entertaining things of the night. We got Ricochet and Logan Paul, which, they've had a couple of promos, a little lopsided in my opinion. But then we have another championship match that I can't wait to see, which is the Intercontinental title with Gunther and a returning Drew McIntyre. So that's going to be sick.
Yep.
So I have a friend that I mentioned I think in our last podcast when he followed, who is kind of big on MMA, has done training and got to kind of see where this match is coming. We got Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. He sent me a video the other day of like him leaving, and she was out there training for this match because it is MMA rules, since they both have MMA backgrounds. They got MMA rules, just a straight up fight with these two. Man, I mean, I've gotten so excited for this match.
It's going to be good.
Yes.
And then we got the SummerSlam Battle Royal.
And that's where we're going to start, is as far as predictions, is with the SummerSlam Battle Royal. Of course, we know LA Knight's in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
My thing about this particular match is the possibilities it throws out there. Because you can get an AJ Styles, a Karrion Kross, a Sheamus, a Montez Ford, which is who Lady Guapo thinks is going to win this one. You can get those guys. You can get a surprise return.
Yeah, returning Lashley maybe.
So all I can say though is if LA Knight doesn't win, we're going to riot, or at least say a lot of bad words, one or the other. I mean,
Yeah. We already did when freaking Santos Escobar won that last match.
It was Rey Mysterio.
so
Well, yeah, but
I'm interested to hear what everybody has to say. We'll start over here with Rick and make our way around. Rick, the SummerSlam Battle Royal, what do you got?
Who do I think is going to win? I'd like personally, I still think that him come super close. I think they are trial people up and get that grassroots support. And so I think maybe a Benson Reed or somebody like that, but I just don't think it's going to be LA Knight.
You're hard heart.
That's
So not even a real like set in stone pick, but just that LA Knight is not gonna make it.
all right.
And I can see what you mean about a Bronson Reed.
I want to give mine real quick. I got kind of two. I think it's either going to be LA Knight or Grayson Waller.
Ooh.
I think I don't know if he's in it. I think that would be good. I think whoever wins, it's going to set up a feud for LA. If LA Knight doesn't win, whoever does win, that's who LA Knight's going to feud with. I think is what's going to happen.
See that too. Matt, what do you got?
See, like, I'm thinking like LA Knight. Like, I want it to be like LA Knight, but I think I kind of agree with Mr. Rick. Like, it's probably not going to be LA Knight because I think,
Assholes.
like, you know, being like the also like an underdog kind of dude. You know,
See that? What do you got?
I don't think Matt got to finish what he was saying. Yeah, you kind of cut him off there.
It cut out. It looked like he had stopped talking. My bad.
I know I was gonna roll with it. I was like, okay, we got time. No, I was just saying, like, as an underdog kind of deal, like sometimes you get close and you don't get there, and like it just makes that moment so much sweeter when you finally get there. And so like, it may come down to him starting a feud with either the dude that wins or maybe whoever knocks him out, but I'm not too sure. But if he does win, it'll be tight. I'm gonna be live. But if he doesn't, man, well, we'll see what's next.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
For me, I mean, I like it's obviously the obvious answer. I'm gonna go with LA Knight. I really think LA Knight has it because winning this battle royal isn't. I guess it's kind of like a feigning an opportunity. Like, you know, he had his opportunity last time and they didn't do jack with it. So we're
You know what he needs?
what?
The Grayson Waller rub. He needs the Grayson Waller rub. That's what he needs.
God dog it. But yeah, I think LA Knight, I think this is their opportunity to kind of do the same thing that they've already done. If they're really sure about not giving LA Knight a title right now, that they drop, they give him this W and then just make him lose the title match. Like, I don't know. Because like we've been saying, we're all like the topic of this match is LA Knight. So
Yeah.
because without even like addressing that, we all subconsciously built our ranking around LA Knight. So because of that, I think they'd be doing a disservice to not give him the dub because whatever feud that he has after that, if it's not after a dub, the crowd's gonna hate it, every single part of it. They're gonna be like, this sucks. He better win everything, and then the feud doesn't matter because the crowd's not invested from the rip. So that's my thoughts on it. So I guess that brings you to Graven.
Man, so like y'all have already said, LA Knight's the obvious pick, but if they don't go with him, they're gonna have to go somewhere with him. And so I'm interested to see where they go with him based on this. Because they're building him up so big, in my opinion, in that match. And LA Knight is the next superstar right now. In my opinion, that's on the level of superstar that we've been looking for. Like, who is going to be the next Roman Reigns? Who is going to be the next Brock Lesnar? Who is going to be next? So if he doesn't get the big win here, what are they going to do with him? That's my only question. I don't know who win, but whoever is, it should find out. I'm not the best predictor in the world. I'm more of a I like to study the game and kind of see what's going to happen and understand why it's going to happen. So I think LA Knight should win, but that's just my opinion as far as who should win and how that's going to happen. Well, Vince McMahon's going to make that decision at the end of the day, or Triple H, or whoever the hell makes that decision. So, I just hope they do something good with LA Knight because they do have a big superstar on their hands.
Yeah, they do.
So I hope that match they go somewhere good with him.
Yeah,
So
I
that's what I'm
believe
focused on.
I believe you have more avenues to go with him by him losing this match than you do him winning.
Yeah,
this match.
you definitely
That's-
brought up like
That's just me and
you know the saving his big push for later, so kind of giving him this loss to build up more crowd interaction. That is a good point that you brought up, because you're right, he is definitely like superstar level.
appreciate you for the follow, Imp Cyber.
Big Bonar coming through. Appreciate it, man. We're getting closer to that. We're inching closer to that video, so I appreciate it, Bonar.
Closer and closer there.
Appreciate you, Don.
How close
for the follow.
do we need to be?
Exactly.
Let's ask the guy about that. How many follows do we have? How many more follows do we need to get to that video?
7?
All right, he'll get it in the chat here in just a minute. While we're waiting on that, of course, Mama Bruss saying Montez Ford is the winner of the Battle Royal. That takes us to the next match: Logan Paul versus Ricochet. This is my thoughts on this. Ricochet is a human highlight reel, and I really want him to win, but I feel like Logan Paul has taken loss after loss after loss, and you don't stay a draw by losing. So I think it can Ricochet can handle taking a pin in this. I think Logan Paul takes it.
We asked how many more followers we need to get to 100.
I like your Logan Paul pick, and a little devil's advocate to your reasoning there. While yes, he has been on a loss streak, I feel like he's only been on a win streak against Ricochet. You know, in terms of matches, he's won them. All these promos, he's definitely won them. We got 7 more, and that video's dropping. So you guys, you too, Konar, tell your friends, be like, hey, just drop a follow real quick. Be like, what's good? We gotta get this video out because I'm telling y'all want to see this. So my pick, with again, I know I play a little devil's advocate to your reasoning. I'm still going with Logan Paul, because if we take a step back and look at it, Ricochet just no shade on him. He's just not title contention level. I'm not saying that Logan Paul is a title holder, like he is a future gonna have a title.
He would draw.
But if he gets put in that title match, there's not going to be anyone, unless they don't like him, there's not going to be anyone that immediately counts him out. Like, he definitely has a shot, when there might be a bunch of fans who are like, but it's Ricochet. He's not really going to do that. So I think they need to give him more of a push before he can take that step.
I mean, I agree Logan Paul's going to win. Ricochet is great. Logan Paul is great. I love that he has like fully embraced this whole heel thing.
Yes, he's
You
so
know,
good.
he's fully embraced it, and it's been good. I like Bruce said, he is absolutely. I feel like he has just dominated Ricochet on the mic, especially like those first 2 promo battles they had. He had Ricochet stumbling, but at the end of the day, Logan Paul, title match, ladder match, just a impulsive episode on a show. He is a draw. People are gonna watch it. Can't say the same with Ricochet. And with all the losses, like you said, Logan's piled up. This is the one this is gonna go in the W column, I think.
And one last thing before we get yours, Rick. I want to say that Logan, Ricochet, we keep saying, Ricochet's losing. Ricochet will always make a match good. So I hope that we can see Ricochet get a push soon. That is definitely like a hope of mine. I just don't think this is the time to do it. So, Rick, what are your thoughts on this match?
That ricocheted superstar level of a separate. You have to consider the people that Paul was lost to. Point have been far and above where Ricochet is at. Logan Paul's opportunity to get a big one on the stage, and Ricochet is going to be the one to take him to a great match. But if you're somebody that honestly, truthfully believes that they should win this match, you don't understand how business works.
Yep.
Completely true.
I go with that. I agree.
I said Logan Paul's a draw. At the end of the day, he's a draw, and he. Like I said, it doesn't matter what capacity he's on the card. If he's on the card, somebody's people are tuning in for it.
So Mac, your thoughts on it?
Yeah, pretty much same way across the board like everybody else, thinking Logan Paul's going to get the dub. And I'm with the thinking of that Ricochet is going to lead them to a great match, and they're going to have a pretty athletic of a match for that crowd. And I'm pretty sure that Logan Paul is going to win. I don't know if it's going to be clean or dirty or anything like that, but I'd want to bet some pretty solid money on Logan Paul winning, especially when you consider Ricochet and how they'll build him up to just get destroyed or lose like how they did with him and with Brock and Saudi. I knew he was going to lose, but they didn't have to do him like that.
90 seconds, something like that.
Yeah, that was just wrong, honestly. But yeah, definitely sleeper match, in my opinion. Draven,
What you got, Draven?
I want everybody to consider something that we haven't brought up yet, and that is the fact that Logan Paul is a WWE wrestler. He was not an indie wrestler. He did not come up the indies in any way, shape, form, or fashion, and Ricochet did. Ricochet did come through the indies and did. So I'm with everybody on the whole Logan Paul's going to win deal, as he should. However, the reason he's going to win is because Ricochet's already done the work. Ricochet's already been there, done that. He was King Ricochet on the indies, and you called him King Ricochet and you bowed down, and that's not something that's easy to do, and so, and also just physically, he can do things that other humans cannot do. So just like everybody else is saying, and I'm on the same boat as everybody else, Ricochet is going to bring Logan Paul to a great match. But let's just say, hypothetically, Ricochet does go over, right? I think that there's more leadway, just in my opinion, if Ricochet does go over, that we can lead into more. That we can go into more. That Logan Paul and Ricochet can both get a big push from this, and that's just my opinion.
See that?
Hell, what if the inevitable happens and you see a draw? What are you going to do then? Because they're both equally, next thing you know, we're leading to a last man standing match. Next thing you know, we're leading to I want to see, is there going to be more to this? Because they seem to be building these promos up and stuff like that, like they're going to kill each other. So I want to see them kill each other. I'm sorry, but this is from a fan's perspective, not even just a worker perspective. I'm ready to see them kill each other. I want to see them kill each other. Y'all better, because, Logan Paul also has to boxer and being this, and, everybody knows him for his YouTube stuff. And so I want to see them rip each other apart, because Ricochet has a reputation here to protect, and Logan Paul here also has the exact same thing, a reputation to protect, of being a go-getter in his own right. He has Prime, he has this, he has that, and he steps in the WWE's world, and he's more than proven himself. Meanwhile, Ricochet was an indie wrestler you'd never even consider in the WWE, yet he's been in War Games, he's been in Intercontinental Championship matches, he's faced some of the best. So at the end of the day, I really hope they keep going with it. That's my prediction.
I do think that they have a lot to work with if they kind of find a way to push both of them with this match. So then now that brings
I was gonna say, if you follow Meltzer or anything like that, I know it's like a bad word on our podcast, but if you're like a Dave Meltzer where you like the big spot, highlight reel matches, this is gonna be match of the night for you, because it's gonna be big spot after big spot after big spot after big spot.
Well, I can't say it's gonna be match of the night.
Yeah.
You got Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. That's gonna be match of the night. I mean, I guess for Meltzer.
Well,
right.
for us, it will
Because
be.
it's not in the
Yeah,
Tokyo
you
Dome.
said Meltzer.
So, yeah, we'll try and get there quick since we only got about 10, 15 minutes left. We'll run
Right.
through Shayna Baszler, Ronda Rousey. I got Shayna Baszler. Ronda Rousey's finna dip. That's
Yeah.
where I'm at.
You know, Shane.
Yeah,
I'll say I'm with Shayna's one of Ronda Rousey's real life best friends. Gonna give her a rub on the way out.
I've got the same thing. I see Baszler wins. It ends with a hug and a thank you, Ronda chat.
All facts.
Rick, what do you got?
I think Shayna definitely takes the win at first, but then I think it's possible she does hold and Ronda the win on the way out because I don't think Ronda is actually done like she thinks she is. Later.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. That's a very possible thing I didn't even think of.
I'm
Matt,
gonna have to tell Seraph in the chat guidelines. You need to calm down, sir.
I have no comment.
that's
Chill,
risky
brother.
business. All right, Mac, what do you got?
I'm thinking Shayna's gonna take it, and I think Ronda's gonna like try to give her like the biggest stuff. Like I think Shayna's probably gonna go over and win with some type of submission. Like I think that's how she's gonna win.
That would be a big thing against Ronda, huh? Draven.
So I'm actually gonna go and disagree on this one. I actually think that Ronda might take it, and that is just my opinion to kind of get some of the glory back from her fight days. But that's just my opinion because she got knocked out twice before she walked out the door at UFC. And whenever you want to relive some glory days, maybe you can go get a knockout win. That's quote unquote a work, if you will, and maybe that's where they're going with that. And then Shayna will win the end of whatever feud that they have going or something that she does to influence a further action. But that's just my opinion, and that's just where I'm at with it.
Heck yeah.
That's
I
solid.
like that take on it.
Yeah.
That has some variety.
For real. Speaking of variety, we got a triple threat now, so we got another option. We
Okay,
got
hold on. What were you about to say, Dad?
I was fixing to go to the next match.
Okay.
yeah, that's what I thought. We got Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, and Asuka. The Asuka's the one with the title here.
At the end of the day, I think it's going to be a really good match. These three always put on decent matches, but I think Asuka walks away with the title still.
Yeah, I don't think there's another way to spin it. I mean, Asuka kind of has to take this one. She ain't held it long enough for it to be substantial, so I think she got to keep it.
They've spent 7-8 months building up this legitimate feared character of Asuka. To end it now just doesn't make sense
Facts.
to me.
I'm with y'all. I think it's going to be a showcase for all three, like showing off what they can do. I think at the end of it, Asuka gets the pin, keeps the belt for a moment anyway, because after that, Io Sky comes out, cashes in 1, 2, 3, new champ.
See, I think she's gonna try and cash in, but
Oh, wait.
you're gonna get Shotzi to interrupt. Like Shotzi's gonna intervene somehow and stop the cash in. I think that's
Why
gonna
would Shotzi though? See, well, I get that, but why not make it why make it that as their thing for continuing to build that? I don't know. I don't know. I think that's a little bit pushing it for me, but
literally every time they've been in the ring the last 3 weeks, Shotzi has played a vignette saying, "I'm gonna come get you," and she hasn't come to get them yet.
yeah, that's why I'm saying I don't think this is the time to do that because that's just me. I don't think as a kind of background situation is the time to do that.
Rick, what do you got of it?
Belair and Charlotte. Asuka retains. Io cashes in. I'm not going to say she wins the title, but she cashes in. I think that we get Asuka, Io, Brie. I'll go that far.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Mac,
Matt, what do you
See, I'm thinking with it being a triple threat, they could like have just some shenanigans happen and like have either Asuka or not Asuka, either Charlotte or Bianca win and the title change hands. And then Io can come to try to attempt to cash in, and that could even befuddle even more with the championship. Like like oh man, like all this happens, and so you can just have all those women fighting and being kind of like in the top picture for like the women's top championship, because everyone could have a reason to say either they're the champion, they could be champion, or they should be fighting for the championship. But that's just the chaotic option in my opinion. But they could really
I get it.
find a way, yeah.
Very Attitude Era esque.
Yeah.
Yeah. Draven, what do you got?
I actually don't really have a prediction on this one. This one, I'm actually excited to see the results for myself. The reason that I don't really have a prediction is because as I do follow women's wrestling as best as I can, I just think that all three are possible to win it. Bianca Belair is a name you know that Charlotte Flair is a name and Asuka has built herself up to a very, very specific point that she wanted to be at. And all three of these women, in my opinion, are champions in their own right. So I'm interested to see the results. I don't have a prediction per se.
Well, and just one quick little thing about that one, with the idea of Io and Asuka, was talking with Mike earlier today, and he was saying that he's got some friends of his who were talking about it, and Asuka is saying things like they're doing the translations, and this is a chance for Io to come across face, because Asuka's talking about her kid, calling her kid, and disrespecting her a lot. So this is a chance for, if Io does win it, this is a chance for a face push for her.
Yeah, and I just think there's so much story to be told before she goes full-fledged face. I mean, you got like, even if Shotzi doesn't come, maybe she goes to cash out and Bailey's like jealous and kind of slows her down or something, prevents the cash. There you got the story with Bailey and Io, or Shotzi and Damage Control before you get full-fledged Io and Asuka.
I agree. That's why I'm kind of like, I don't know about the Shotzi thing, is I think we establish Bailey a tiny bit more, and then we get that whole just Io Shotzi, because that's what I'm wanting. So moving forward, Dad, I think you're ready for that.
Yeah, we got Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar round 3. I think Cody takes this one because it furthers his storyline, and then Brock goes back into hibernation till Survivor Series.
Yeah, 100%.
He can Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it perfect. Yeah, I mean, they're not pulling no LA Knight funky business with this one.
Yeah, that'll be
He's got to win.
clean cut and fascinating.
Rick?
Cody Rhodes definitely winning this. I would hope to try to something to it to at least explain why we have maybe have Brock inform that the whole reason he had to begin with was because Heyman and Roman paid him to do it.
Oh, that would be
That would
sick.
be wild.
Good.
Sick.
That'd be dope. Draven, your thoughts? That'd be sick.
Oh man, I think Cody should take it. I think Cody should take it on this one, but Brock could totally take it because it's Brock Lesnar. Come on now, there's no if, ands, or pulling punches on that one. It's Brock Lesnar. So whatever Brock Lesnar wants, Brock Lesnar is going to do, regardless of what the paper says or whatever. He does business how he sees fit. So anyway, at the end of the day, business or not, or however that works, I think Cody should take it so that way we can move on, in my opinion, to the next thing. We can go to the next story, whatever that is for him, because at the end of the day, whenever we talk about the story of WrestleMania, he wasn't talking about his own, he was talking about Jey Uso's, but we moved on with that, thank goodness, for where we're supposed to be with that, later topic. But I think Cody should take it. We can move on to the next phase of Cody's WWE career.
Facts.
I
So
like
then
it.
we got the title match of the night. We got Seth Rollins and Finn Balor.
Oh, wait, we got one. We got one before that. We got the IC title.
Yeah.
Facts.
Gunther and Drew.
I love Drew McIntyre. Like I said, probably my favorite wrestler right now. But Gunther's gonna win, and this may lead to, Drew like going crazy because he couldn't do it, and hopefully the Drew McIntyre heel turn happens, and all is right with the world.
I gotta refute you there, but not completely. I think we do need to see heel Drew. We need that right now. And a lot of people, a bunch of people are assuming that Gunther's gonna win this one. And so I don't know. I think seeing Drew win this one and just kind of painting him as I'm back and y'all are gone. Like I'm better than everyone, kind of heel turn situation, I think is where it's gonna go. So I got Drew on this one.
My only thing, I think Drew would win if Gunther was not so close to breaking
to
the
IC
Honky
title.
Tonk Man's.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at on it. I think Drew can and should win this one, but Gunther's going to take it because he's that close to breaking Honky Tonk Man's.
And not that Gunther doesn't deserve. I mean,
Yeah,
Gunther,
100%.
Gunther has done great where he's at, but
We just want to see Drew.
yeah, exactly. I'm just a big Drew fan.
Rick, what do you got?
Exactly. Gunther doesn't lose the belt series because he'll break Honky Tonk October.
Yep.
Mac?
Yep, it's going on a train of Gunther. I'm excited for that match because I like to watch hard-hitting action, and so that's going to be a good, exciting match. And I really want Drew to come through with it because he just came back and that's what he wants. But Gunther's going to stay through with it.
Yeah.
What does
Okay.
Big Meat say? Big meaty men slapping man meat.
Yeah, big man slapping man.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That's funny. Draven, what do you got?
Man, I understand the Gunther thing, but I hope Drew walks away with it because he was screwed at his big moment at WrestleMania several years ago. So there's selfish reasons that I want him to win, not business reasons. So for selfish reasons and selfish reasons alone, I
Man, that was tough.
with a good humble moment of winning a big title at a big pay-per-view. But other than that, I equally hope Gunther gets the longest reigning Intercontinental Championship because not only is he believable, but he's put in the work, and I'll just leave it at that. So
Man, I had kind of drifted away from WWE for a little while, but then the whole storyline for Clash at the Castle and everything with Roman and Drew, I totally thought Drew should have won that match, and the fact that he didn't really just hurt my heart. There was one point in time when Solo pulled him out the ring, I was like, it's over, he won, and then Solo popped straight out of hell, and I was like, all right, well, yeah, I was so
this
mad.
guy was pissed.
Yeah, he was not.
Yeah, wild. That was pretty.
Yeah.
Was this the match where you told Heyman to get his fat ass off the mat?
Yes. Okay. So now I was a little preemptive about it, but now we got Seth freaking Rollins and Finn Balor. So, and as he said in the backstage, y'all didn't hear this. This match has kind of been you did say this. It's kind of like 7 years of build for this. If you kind of spin it a little bit, they have had beef for a long time, and this kind of culminates here.
SummerSlam, it happened
I'd
out.
like to go ahead and throw mine out first here. This is going to go one of two ways, and it's both ways are going to end the same way. You're going to have Finn wins, and it starts the Judgment Day domination angle, which eventually leads to Priest cashing in on Balor, which leads to the implosion of the Judgment Day. Or Seth wins, and you get jealous, disgruntled, and bitter Finn Balor because he's the only member of Judgment Day that doesn't have some sort of title or access to one, and that also leads to the imploding of the Judgment Day. I think, personally, Seth keeps the belt and it goes the second way, but I see it going one of those two ways.
I disagree and think it's going to go the opposite way. I think Finn wins this one.
Because and what he was saying, about how it would go with Judgment Day after that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's how it would go, but I think they've been really building this whole psychotic Finn character,
Yeah.
and I think it's Seth. It's no secret that Seth has been working hurt the last couple years, and it's time to give Finn that second run or I guess that run he never got.
Yeah.
Really. I mean,
For me,
Boom.
man, it's a tough one, but I gotta go with Seth winning it because Seth's kind of like Roman in my eyes and like Brock, where he's just a title man. Like he's the type of guy, if he loses this, he's gonna go to he's gonna go to the Roman Reigns' title, or he's gonna go for Austin Theory's title. Like he's either gonna go WWE or he's going our United States title, because he's just a title guy. That's where he belongs. So I think he wins that because Psychotic Finn, that character's not, the Fiend. It's not if he loses, it breaks the character. It's if he loses, it can make him go even more crazy. And like he was saying, he goes crazy about not being the only one without it. It's like the other members of Judgment Day can't be around him because of it now, or he just isolates himself. That's how I see it. So they're able to isolate him to give him that build.
I think no matter who wins, you get a Damian cash-in tease for sure. That's
Facts.
happening.
He's gonna show his face.
Rick?
Seth Rollins doesn't need title.
Bingo. Thank you.
And the story that they've been is, will Damian cash in on Finn? And so that's where your conflict is. That's your shine. Seth puts over Finn, and we move on to Finn Day.
I like the way Rick thinks.
I like it. Mac, what do you got?
Yeah, see, I'm flipping back and forth, and like I'm feeling that like if Finn wins it, it gives you a lot more story, especially like where you got the bloodline stuff going on SmackDown. If you have drama going on within like Judgment Day, like whenever they come out, if Finn wins it, he has a championship, you can always just get like a shot of him just looking over at Damian, and Damian can be looking at his championship. You can always just like have like that little air of tension whenever they come out. If you just ride on that for like months, that'd be like, that's money.
Half a year, yeah.
So that'd be
No, I agree with it. Draven, what you got?
I got selfish reasons again. Same reason that either your son or the person sitting next to him. So sorry, I'm terrible with names. I want Finn Balor, however you say his name. So sorry. I want him to championship run. Just like Rick was saying, Seth Rollins doesn't need championships. He's Seth freaking Rollins. He's been a part of the Shield. He's been this. He's been that. Top of the charts. And I think it's time for Finn to have his run. But I also do have the prediction that Damian's definitely going to stick his nose in that business, especially considering the position that he's in. So rather Finn wins, rather he doesn't, Damian's sticking his nose in the business. And that's my prediction.
Yep. That's something we can all agree on. So now, Tribal Combat. I think match of the night for sure. Just the Bloodline Civil War was match of the year for me. So this is a hard one. Oh man, I don't know. I think I gotta tag in someone else here.
All right.
This one's hard.
I'll tell you who I'm confident. I'm fairly confident who's going to walk up with their head high and, maybe not hand raised, but the person standing at the end of the match is going to be Solo. That's what I think. I obviously think Roman's going to get the win, but at the end of the night, Solo's going to be the one standing tall.
Man.
Me personally, I think that this is the match that everybody wants and the ending that nobody does. Of course, Reigns is going to retain, but a hot take on it, I think it's because Jimmy comes back and turns on Jay.
I don't know.
Why though? It just doesn't.
Yeah.
That just doesn't. That's very Vince Russo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Man,
that's just, you know what I mean?
that's crazy.
It just, you know, they've been built. You can see where the Solo thing comes from. But it's like, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could pull Jimmy betraying Jay out of your ass somewhere, but
Yeah, it doesn't really have to do that kind of thing. So. Man, I don't know. Man, there needs to be a time for Jay. That's why I'm hesitant to say Roman wins this one, because that's what should happen. But what time?
Jay's time is Mania.
What time does?
I don't think Jay gets his.
Yeah, I don't think Jay gets his time in Mania either, but I think he does, because and I see what you're talking about with Solo, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm going with Jay. That's who I'm going with. I'm thinking Roman getting dethroned has got to happen, but as he said, Solo's going to be the one standing up, because Solo's going to put him in his place, but he's going to recognize that we're going to get this whole dynamic where Solo recognizes Roman doesn't have it anymore, and that kind of messes with Roman's mind, and he like gets freaked out for a second, takes a super kick, he's done. Like that's how I see it going. Is that we get the shot of Solo grabbing the reins. Get it?
Hot. All right, Rick, what you got?
Who do I want to win? Jay. Who do I? But the beauty of this match and this whole storyline, we honestly happened because the story has been that good, and this and swerves, and it's been going for so I'm just glad that it's happening, and I'm interested to see where they go.
Yep, I completely agree. That's why I think it's match of the night, is that no matter what predictions and story look like, it's the one to watch.
Yeah.
Mac, what do you got, brother?
Yeah, I'm feeling that Roman's probably going to come out on top. He's going to stay the tribal chief, stay the champ. And I also agree that Solo's going to play a big part in this, whether he's going to be standing tall at the end or he's going to determine the outcome of the match itself. I think it's going to be determined by Solo. And like this bloodline stuff, man, it's hot. Like I don't watch like all the shows. I don't go out of my way to watch stuff, but like I'll go try to find like whatever the bloodline stuff was on YouTube, usually after the fact. So I always got to keep up with that. But yeah, definitely Roman, and we'll see what's gonna happen after there, the next chapter in the story of the bloodline.
Heck yeah. Draven, close us off for these predictions.
Oh man, well, I think just like Rick, I have a want and I have a prediction, and I'll go ahead and give you both. I want Jay to win, but I feel Roman's gonna win. However, I don't think it's gonna come with a controversy. I have a really genuine feeling that Solo is gonna turn on Roman as well.
Really?
I have a genuine feeling that Solo and Heyman are going to walk off into the sunset, and there you go with that. And I feel like Jay and Roman are going to finish something that's big and huge that they should have a long time ago. And they're going to finish that and walk off into their sunset, and then Roman Reigns is going to continue to be undisputed champion and walk off into his sunset. That is my prediction, is that everybody is going to walk away from SummerSlam in the sunset and conclude the storyline we've all been waiting for to conclude, because all must good things come to an end. And that's where I'm at.
And I think if you go Solo, interfering somehow and costing, both of them, there's lots of Roman's not advertised for like the next 3 pay-per-views. So, that gives, you can do a Jay and Solo storyline.
Facts.
And then when Roman comes back in triple threat.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's where we're all at, is that
There's so much they can do. I mean, we can sit here and predict what they're going to do all day.
just that match.
Yeah, there's so much.
Yeah. Seraph in the chat saying that the internet's getting dodgy, so we're gonna kind of just jump over final thoughts. We love you guys. Sorry for going a little longer. I really appreciate you, Draven and Mac. We all do. Rick, huge thank yous for putting us in the card, man. That's dream come true for us.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Watch out, Dante and Ocean.
Can't wait to be walking in with you, Draven, you and Jeb. Mac, I really hope we can see you on the podcast again here soon. Hope we can see you with the champ. I hope we can see you there at SCP, watching Dante get his freaking butt kicked, all of freaking Fate International. I'm not leaving you out of this, Ocean Avery. You need to get yours too. So I really appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you everyone in the chat, and to Guapo for our outro.
Hey, thank y'all for having us, man. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, man, it was awesome. So much fun.
Love talking to people who know what they're talking about, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on,
It's been
guys.
great. It's been great. We can't wait to have you guys on again. But as I know the guys ready for us to close it down, thank you to the chat. Thank you to everybody in here today. And we will see you next Thursday with, we'll see how we did at our predictions, and we'll see where things go from there. Until then, we are not your average marks, and we will see you next week.
Yeah.
You gotta